Hey there, guys. It is Josh Siwasepl, and welcome back to Deadly Premonition 2 Blind. Last time we did some stuff. This time, we're gonna do more stuff. Main thing is, where's the map? There we are. Let's see. Thank you. Need to go to the Clarkson food delivery services first. Oh, God. What are you? Not you. I know what you are. Oh, look at that statue! Oh, damn it. There was a payphone literally right there. I didn't even need to go into the, There we go. Speed up, slow down. Okay.
Milton called you a strange name.
Oh my God.
CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl.
Oh my God. Okay. That was terrible. Oh my God. What you got here? You use visions to inquire important hints. This will help you proceed through the game. Hold L to visit. Thank you. Lizard skin. Okay, so it shows me kind of things in the immediate area that I'm able to do. It looks like there's something up there. Or there's an item. Several items. It's lizard skin and low quality cloth. I don't know why I would need that. Now this one's absolutely got to be up there. Where am I going? I should be going this way. For the first few episodes, I probably won't do a lot of cutting while I'm traveling, since it's also kind of exploring the world and such. Those trees look fantastic. Oh man, I kind of I'll go ahead and say this and just kind of get it out of the way. Deadly Premonition 1 did not look the best. Interesting. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I don't need a match or something to light that, right? You just need to light it? Will that stay on indefinitely now? That's a good question. Going back to what I was saying, Deadly Premonition 1 was not the best looking game from my understanding. It originally started out as a PS2 game and just kind of got ported along the way. Even coming out in 2010, it did not look the best. And it didn't run the best. But this is pretty rough. And I hope... What's up with those squirrels? Why are they red and blue? Why are they showing up as enemies, I'm assuming? Woo! Woo! Doo -doo. What? What? They stole from me! Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Do I not have a gun? I'm sure they'll tell me, what?
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question?
That is a
I
good
feel
question.
Like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know
Why are
exactly
you just
who I am,
drifting?
and I've also introduced myself to your father. Besides, you're the one who said you wanted to come with me.
I was just kidding, jeez. You're an FBI special agent. Why would I ever need to worry?
You shouldn't automatically trust someone just because they're an FBI special agent. One's profession and one's personality are completely separate things. For example, one special agent may fall spiritually in love with a genius criminal who enjoys the taste of human flesh.
That's Hannibal. You pulled that straight out of a movie.
Just because it's a film doesn't mean it isn't deeply rooted in reality. You can't judge people solely based on where they work or how they look. You need to think hard and decide things for yourself.
Fine.
Everybody in this world just watches
allow
so
me
many
to ask you
movies.
this. How do you feel about me?
I don't know. I only just met you.
Exactly. Now it sounds like you're thinking. You should never feel the need to force an answer out or pretend like you know something you don't. Zach, she's a good kid, isn't she? Honest and straightforward.
Oh, wait, there's one thing I can say.
Oh. What?
When you talk to yourself like that, it really creeps me out. Did you start doing that after you became an adult? Or have you just always done it? Either way, you should stop doing it. It's really weird and, makes me wince whenever I hear it.
He's also,
Zach, did you hear that?
very
No
blunt.
need to worry. Neither of us are weird, I can assure you of that.
Very
She's
straightforward.
probably just having trouble finding the right word to describe us. No, I think I'll stop there. Wouldn't want her to think we're getting desperate.
Like I said, it's really creeping me out.
Deal with it. But I will say, even though this is taking me forever to say, when in small areas, if the game's aliasing was a bit better, I think it would look good. I see the art style they were going for, and definitely some of the character models look good. York here, actually looks good, sans the aliasing. Hello, people that did not exist about 30 seconds ago. But it is the Switch. I'm so glad that they actually were able to make a sequel to this game. Well, to the original game, I suppose. I'll take it. Who knows, maybe in 3 console generations when Nintendo has actually produced a decently powered console, we'll see this looking fantastic in a port/remaster. Again, there's another balloon. Whose pink car? And can I get in it? I cannot. I guess they didn't want to input driving in this. Ooh, maybe the driving made it go so slow. And that's why they did the skateboard. Because the skateboard only makes it go kind of slow.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again. You sure don't waste any time.
You say quick, but it's been 11 minutes, almost.
I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like. I call him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he?
What was that line read?
It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
Ah. A non-lethal gun made for self-defense only. It can fire rubber bullets. Nice. I have rubber bullets.
And here's a radio. With this, you won't have to worry about any expensive roaming fees. Might take you a while to get used to them, but you'll get it.
Ooh, I get to shoot.
Try letting them rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Does the sheriff really need to be saying that? ZL, yes. Aim, fire, reload. Cool. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, it lags when you fire the gun. Oh no.
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is...
No, keep it, keep it!
Well, sure it's peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals? Are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still, one chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin. The worst part is,
You get
that taught the gators just how tasty we
super
humans are.
morbid real quick,
So
Melvin.
now, those suckers just attack on sight. Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight in Blood Swamp.
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
I mean, you are a kid yourself.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague. It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet. Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. Yes, an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Oh no, York, you didn't.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia. I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right? Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no more. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
I mean, from my understanding, they own pretty much the entire town, so it'd be hard to find a place to store it where they don't own it.
This is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Missing?
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid... Hey! All right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No thanks.
Yeah, I still want to look around.
This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
Let's go in.
You holding up okay, CLG? Sure you don't want to wait outside?
I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI
Why wouldn't that
agent.
convince you?
Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
I guess that's technically the morgue, yes. Oh, look at that. If we don't look away, it actually hits 60 FPS. Oh, well, it still kind of stayed relatively okay. Hello? What are you? Crawfish shell. Alright.
Hey, Mr. York. You sure you want to keep investigating this place even though we know the body ain't here?
Are you cold, Melvin?
Of course, Melvin. The skeletal gentleman gave me an oracle, remember?
It's... Skella what?
Ugh, he's just joking, Daddy. You can't take him seriously.
Huh? Well, was that really a joke, Mr. York? Well, I'll be. I see you've been hiding some real charm into that whole FBI routine.
Sorry, Melvin, but I'm dead serious.
Always am. Suppose we'll move on into here.
Good God almighty. This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the funhouse. Truly a dazzling place. Meet entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical...
Symphony.
I like that better. A visceral symphony.
We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony.
But see, this is
Life and
kind of
death
what I was talking about.
resonating
In these
together.
smaller areas where they're able to push, like, better looking, well, in quotes, better looking graphics. It looks good. Like, it's got a style to it.
Yeah, it's really
I kind of
cool.
wish they had went for like a full-on sort of more cell shading, I suppose. Sort of like Breath of the Wild. That way they probably could have kept at least a stable 30. I'll take it though.
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
Oh, man.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food.
I didn't even think about that. I was thinking they would put it in like a separate container.
But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes, all we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
See an item. Bullfrog tongue. Ah, frogs. Suppose they'd have to get the frog legs from somewhere. I'm gonna try not to use my vision until I absolutely feel like I'm stuck. Well, one, because what's the point of just going through this game with them just handing me everything? And two, it's limited, so if I really get stuck, I'm gonna need help. Ooh, hello. More crawfish. Ooh. The fish looks good. Man, all this makes me hungry for some catfish. I can just walk through the meat. Well, that becomes so much more helpful. Can't open that. Alright, so we got another door we can open. Let's just see if he has new dialogue, since I can still talk to him. Got anything for me, Melvin?
Hey, Mr. York. This is kinda, yeah.
Melvin, if you have something to say, then just go on and say it. Otherwise, you'll simply be insulting this beautiful landscape.
You think this is beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's the abnormal world that supports our normal lives. I think that's wonderful, don't you? Besides, look. Patricia seems to be handling this a lot better than you are.
Well, you see, I ain't too good with this grotesque stuff. Ugh.
Don't let it get to you, Daddy. Whew, everyone has at least one thing they're afraid of. Even you, right, Agent York?
Something I'm afraid of?
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have at least one thing. Like clowns.
Clowns are so funny.
Of course York would find clowns funny. Oh, I've got friends online. You gotta blur that out.
Zombies.
No.
love them.
A bucket full of worms.
Icky, but not scary.
I could squeeze them with my bare hands.
The sound of screeching glass.
Ooh, irritating.
Doesn't bother me.
Then...
They cling to your skin like putrid leeches, robbing you of much more than your vitality. The wet socks.
Melvin, you're a genius.
All right, Melvin gave us some interesting insight. Thank you, Melvin.
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you,
This is just getting to know Melvin, the episode.
the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy.
Candy Woods.
The prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy. A shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor-struck heart.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more. So I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene?
It is.
But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
Respecting boundaries. I like that, York. Oh my god, this place is huge. Huh, I figured there'd be an item in that little corner. There's one. Bullfrog leg. What is all this for? An elevator? Ooh. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Already went down this one. Hello, items. Ooh. Oh, hey, York. Got a little too close to you there. I don't think I was meant to actually come back here. bare feet?
Here we are, Zach. The morgue.
In an icebox?
They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah, I mean, Melvin seems like a genuinely cool dude. Oh, that's a nice touch. I like that. But again, that is huge! That is huge fucking feet prints! Look at that! I'm gonna guess that York wears maybe a size 9, maybe a size 10, somewhere in that range. That's like a fucking 17!
Boxes of the past or presence of the future? Either way, this is a curious time capsule. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside.
Hopefully not a snake.
What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. Yeah, okra.
Sounds like a pretty good decision. I like that assumption.
I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South. These pallets are a mess.
Why would they be a mess? Like, this seems like a storage area, so wouldn't the pallets be kind of stored? Unless maybe someone took a pallet because they needed to transport a body.
Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here. It's a novel, sophisticated idea, unlike anything I'd ever come up with. An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the South.
How did that form?
Zach, can you see that? Look closely.
Are those fingerprints?
That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Damn! Shaquille O'Neal, why are you stealing bodies?
Look at the thermometer, Zach. It's at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 12.2 degrees Celsius. This must not be the ambiguous 0. Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large. Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing.
If the body was in pieces, wouldn't that not be... Well, I guess maybe if it was in a body bag. Never mind.
That's right.
Hey, there we go.
Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away. So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Nice.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so
Well,
earlier?
let's go get some lobster.
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than
Ambiguous 0.
this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone. You feel me?
I feel you, dog.
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
I mean, he wouldn't necessarily need to be 10 feet tall, because he could raise his arm to get the lamp, because there's only 4 fingerprints, so it would be the 4 fingers, unless he's missing one. So he would just need to reach up and grab it. So, in theory, he would only need to be 10 feet tall with his arm raised. And an arm is typically, what, 3 feet, roughly? What's the... 1, 2, yeah, roughly 3, about 3.5 feet. So, he could, in theory, be 6 to 6.5 feet. Anywhere from 6 to 7 feet, really. Because then he raises... Well, actually, you only get about 2 feet, so we have to be 7.5 to 8 feet. Because he has to be 9.5 to 10 feet to be able to reach that. I'm looking way too much into this.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Alright, I'll start heading that way. But, I think I'm gonna... Well, I'll talk to him. But I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode here. Next time, we'll talk to Melvin and head to the luxury food warehouse. Remember to like and subscribe and check out the Discord, and I will see you in the next one.